Laredo News anchor Tim Gutierrez starts his shift at Pro 8 News.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Tim Gutierrez.
His beat, bloodshed on the border.
Tens of thousands of people have been killed by drug violence in Mexico since late 2006, including across our border. And there are reports now that the drug cartels are resorting to terrorist-like tactics.
In Nuevo Laredo, Los Zeta violence permeates the streets, intimidating residents and city officials alike. Formed less than a decade ago by an elite group of special forces who defected from the Mexican National Army, today Los Zetas may kill or kidnap anyone who gets in the way of their drug trade. On either side of the border.
There was actually a kidnapping that happened here in Laredo, and then they ended up kidnapping two people on this side of the border and taking them across the border into Mexico.
As Gutierrez reported, the abductions of Mexican nationals in Laredo were shocking, but so were the kidnappers, dressed in Mexican police uniforms.
At least one of three men which kidnapped a Laredo couple out of his Southside home in April had the same policia outfits.
The couple was never found. But coincidentally, 6 months later, Mexican police found the bodies of Zeta members dressed in fake uniforms. And the discovery revealed a new cartel tactic.
Drug cartels posing as police officers, all with PGR uniforms. In fact, 8 of the 9 men murdered just across our border last month were wearing PGR uniforms.
Gutierrez decided to launch an investigation that led him to a downtown area in Laredo.
I got very surprised when we got a call saying that some of these stores down here, and you can pretty much get anything in these stores here, was selling bulletproof vests and also official Mexican police uniforms.
To confirm the tip-off, Pro 8 News went undercover.
In our hidden camera investigation, we found 2 stores in Laredo which sell Mexican police uniforms. Both gun shops where, along with buying a pistol and ammunition, you can buy caps, pants, or T-shirts, all from various branches of law enforcement agencies in Mexico, from Policía Judicial Federal, the Mexican Federal Police, to PGR or PGR, Mexico's equivalent to the FBI, all for sale to anyone, no questions asked.
As it turned out, the merchandise is illegal in Mexico, but not in the U.S.
These uniforms and these bulletproof vests were being used by cartel members that would buy them here in Laredo, take them across, and then they were able to easily move in some of these circles, police circles, and in many cases were able to kidnap individuals and were able to stop people and get money from them because they had official police uniforms.
Since Gutierrez's story broke, the practice known as cloning has become even more widespread, with cartel members posing as Mexican military and even U.S. police. The Mexican government has changed uniforms to make them harder to replicate. But Gutierrez says the average U.S. or Mexican citizen still may not know the difference.
Already people were very afraid because all these cartel members were shooting at them. All of a sudden they had to be afraid of the police as well. Was it a real cop? Was it a pretend cop?
3, 2, 1.
A violent clash between rival prison gangs has left at least 14 inmates.
Gutierrez feels a duty to report the facts, but he also understands the risks.
Covering the news here can be dangerous at times. We're reporting on so many sensitive issues. On a regular basis, we report what's going on across the border when all the other television stations, all the other newspapers, all the other radio stations are not.
Just across the border, over 30 Mexican journalists have been killed or kidnapped in the last 4 years for investigating cartel violence.
We do on a regular basis get threats here after running certain pieces, and you know, we got to take those in stride because ultimately we are journalists and that's our job. A local company has raised close to $7,000 to help flood victims in Rio Bravo.